Okay, Saturday morning, Universal show. Do you know what? Such a pleasure to have this guest in the building again.
It's so nice to see you again.
It's so nice to see you again.
How are you?
Looking different. You changed up.
Yeah, I changed it.
You changed it. I like it.
It's a new look.
It's a new look. Hold on, before we get into that, we just got to let them know who's in the building this morning.
Okay.
So who's in the building this morning?
Hi guys, it's me, Sinead Harnett.
Sinead Harnett. Nice to see you.
Nice to be here.
Nice to be here. So listen, you was here, what, 5 months ago? About 5 months ago, weren't you? And you had your EP out.
Yes.
What was the tune? All Said. What was the track?
No Other Way.
No Other Way.
Yes.
That was the one that we was championing.
Oh, thank you.
And then I didn't hear nothing for a little while. Saw your name popping up a few little places.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing since latter 2014 into 2015? What have you been doing?
Okay, so I put out the EP because I felt like those tracks might not necessarily make the album, but I wanted to just show a little side of me and a little hint at what was to come. So then I just spent the rest of 2014 finishing the album. And then we've just been choosing the singles and rolling out from there, really. So it's quite intense. There was a lot of late nights and early mornings, but hopefully it's for the good and the album will be received well.
Okay, so when we last spoke, we had quite an in-depth conversation, actually. It was getting really deep because we was talking about doing R&B in soul in the UK.
Yeah.
And, you know, the direction that it's going to go. How are you still feeling about that now, 5 months later? When you was going to make the album and preparing for the album, is that still the thing? Or are you thinking, you know what, I need to still change it up a little bit based on what's happening in the UK right now?
That's a really, really good question. I think if I was to be that heavily influenced by what's out now, then I'd probably be diluting who I am as an artist. So, I came out of my comfort zone to find the whole of the album. I didn't want it to just be one sound and only one mood. And I definitely feel like that's been a good challenge for me, but I don't feel like I've changed up. Like the fact that R&B is where I sit best, I feel, and what comes out naturally when I'm writing. So I think I still remain true to that, but hopefully it can find its place. And I wouldn't say that the album sounds like only one type of song anyway. I'd say that there are R&B runs through it, but it's not like, I don't think it's that scary word of, oh my gosh, can R&B survive in the UK or at all? Like, I just hope that by being true to myself and being real with the tunes that will come through.
So what was your mood? What was your vibe when you was making this album? How was you feeling? Is there any certain things that are happening within your life personally? I mean, like change of appearance. You know, you got the Hailey Berry thing going on this morning.
Right.
You got that going on.
I don't know, like, because obviously I didn't write it in 1 week. It's been a process over 2014, and I pulled stuff out of experiences from when I was much younger. There's complex relationships within my family that I wrote about, not just the dreaded L word, but obviously that's come up as well, as you can probably hear in She Ain't Me. Like, that song resulted from a breakup, and there's also just like moments where I'm not complaining about anything, like I'm enjoying myself or talking about people that I cherish in my life. So it's definitely got a few layers to it, and there are some that are like I'm kind of a bit scared about singing live because they're so personal and hitting quite a nerve, and then there are others where I'm just like, you know what, I'm here to have it. There's a bit of attitude coming through, and I think it's important to reveal each side, because why not? Because we're all not just one thing, you know. We're so many different things in different situations and different experiences.
So what makes Sinead happy then? When you wake up every day, what makes you happy? What puts a smile on your face?
Recently, I've realised that it's so simple, but life should be each day should be filled with laughter, and we should enjoy being here and not let anyone tell us not to. So I think what makes me happy each morning now is like, the weather has been amazing, and I have to say the sun really does help us be positive.
It does.
And cherishing the opportunities that I have and like where I came from to get here. And just like being like, wow, today's a new day. What can I achieve? Who can I help or enjoy it with? Yeah.
You know what? I like your vibe because you just come across very positive.
Oh,
like, you don't let things like get in your way. I mean, even if it does,
you
don't show it at all. Like, even if there are things probably, I mean, because I watch you in interviews and how you come across, always seem positive, and you've just kind of like broke it down. You just, simple things keep you happy. Yeah,
thank you. I haven't always been like this. I really struggled as a youngster and definitely as a teenager, as we all do. I found it difficult to enjoy myself. I felt like I didn't deserve it, which I think all of us really do go through unless we're born with this amazing confidence, which I don't think anyone is. I think
is that something that you lacked when you was a teenager, confidence?
Definitely.
Really? What was it? What was it? How was it at school and college and things like that? What was it?
It's so funny because I'm a walking juxtaposition. I think like the real core of me is shy, but I've also got a flamboyant clown side, which is the one that wants to entertain people. I want to make my friends laugh, and obviously I want to move people with my music. But yeah, in school, I think I played the class clown card, but I didn't feel very comfortable within myself, and all teenagers must go through that. And I think recently, in the last year, I've realised not to take myself too seriously or life, because we're taught to be quite regimented, I feel, in school, and be competitive, and you've got to achieve this and you've got to earn this amount of money. And actually I feel like happiness isn't really from the things that we have, but the experiences and I don't really know how I always get into these deep conversations.
We always get there. We always get there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But it's just here to be enjoyed. And
no. It's cool. It's cool. But you know what? A lot of people logged on today, they can relate to that.
Yeah, definitely.
People going to school, college. And the thing is, why I think it's quite to be admired, because there you're saying, like, you're admitting that, you lack the confidence, bit shy. And then all of a sudden now, you're on stage singing to millions of people. So that's a massive transformation.
Well, one day, hopefully millions.
Well, thousands. Slight exaggeration. Do you know what I mean? But do you understand what I mean, though? Do you know what I mean? How was that feeling then when you come on stage for the first time and you're singing in front of thousands of people? Coming from where and how you was when you were slightly younger?
Well, it was a lot easier with Rudimental. I was away, I was on the road with them for 6 months. And so I had like a family on stage with me. So that was a big support pillar. But now on my own, like, as I said, like the shyness and feeling so vulnerable and judged was all in my head. And now I've just realised to give people a good show, which I really should, because they deserve that. Because remember, I was one of those people in that crowd just begging to be up there, because I felt it was just like, I don't know, it was instinctively what I needed to do. So if I've now got the opportunity to be up there, who am I to be a nervous wreck on stage and make people feel uncomfortable? Actually, I need to enjoy myself so they enjoy themselves. So I give myself a reason to be there, So yeah, it's like I've now found a way to let the audience be my friends, rather than I used to look at them like, oh my gosh, like, what are they going to think? And I must be good, otherwise I'm going to ruin everything. And now it's just like, emit positivity and you should get it back, really.
Wow. I love it. If you just logged on this morning, we've got Sinead Harnett in the building. Do you know what? I like her vibe,
Aww.
Just cool. Just cool. I like it.
Thank you.
You're chilling me out this morning.
Oh, good.
Because more time, I'm always buzzing.
Okay. Well, that's fun as well.
Yeah, it is. But sometimes I just need to just chill. I need to just chill. So let's talk about the look this morning, because we've got to bring it out this morning. Now, the last time she come to the studio, she had a longer hair and she had this sassy thing going on. But now you've gone chic on me now.
Have I?
Yeah. You've gone really chic. Like, you stepped it up now, 2015.
Well, I must say, you're looking good in your leather jacket.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Swag.
I'm trying.
Dripping swagoo.
Thank you very much. But you look way better than me. You look way better than me. Tell us about the look this morning. Why the change? Why did you cut your hair and why did you do that?
Well, it all kind of goes hand in hand with everything that we've been speaking about.
Yeah.
I've never really felt like experimentation is a bad thing or something to shy away from. I just thought, you know what? I'm just gonna. Why not? Yeah. My hair can grow. I can do other things in years to come, but it's a new chapter for me. I'm stepping up from the EP. You know, it's my album, and I just thought I'm just gonna go for it. I like it. Yeah, it's not. No. There's not really a big like science behind it.
No, I like it though. I like it because sometimes people can change, but it's for the worse. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like people are like, don't like that, but it suits you.
Thank you so much.
Crazy. So let's talk about the new single.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about the vibe of the single. What's the new single about for those that may not have heard it?
Okay, cool. Well, my new single is called She Ain't Me, and it's regarding a situation which has arisen a few times, not just to me, to some of my friends as well, where you're in a relationship and the guy just kind of does his own thing behind your back. And so, I don't know, I sometimes feel like people forget that the other girl can play a big part in that, you know? They can be aware of your existence and still be like, well, I'm still going to mess around. And I don't write about heartbreak a lot. I don't really like writing about relationships. I often feel like, why should the guy get that level of concentration, you know? I almost steer away from it. But when we were writing this song, having that attitude and that feist really suited it. So that's how the subject matter came along. And I thought, instead of me moping around and feeling really down about something, why don't I celebrate the fact that actually I am a loyal girl and you've lost that. So cool, but you can have that, but she'll never be me. Which, spoken out like that, can sound a bit cheesy, but that's where it came from. And
it is what it is.
Yeah.
He's lost.
Yeah.
Okay, then here's a question for you. Bit of an agony aunt one this time of the morning. So, can a guy and a girl just be best friends? Now, you got your boyfriend.
Yeah.
But your best friend is a male.
Uh-huh.
Can that happen? Can that work?
Is my best friend not gay?
No.
Well, this question, I always hear this question on radio, you know. So funny. Yes, they can be best mates. I've got a mate called Cohen who is my best male mate, and another mate called Jared. I love them to pieces. I would sooner be sick than be intimate with either of them. I must say though that, like, with all male and female friendships, the line is either thought about being crossed or can be crossed. At one moment, being opposite sex, there's always going to be at least the thought, at least once along that friendship. But then I think you get to the friend zone and the like brotherly sister zone, and then there's no way back. And I had that with these two boys. Like, you know, the thought never crossed my mind, and I really hope it didn't.
They never looked at you and thought, yeah, do you know what, shouldn't they?
Maybe the first ever time we met, there might have been what's his vibe or what's her vibe? Yeah. But then when it gets to the brotherly sister thing, it's like there's no going back.
And that's because you probably made it clear, under no circumstances, don't even think about it.
Yeah, but and also just because, you know, then they'll get into a relationship or I'll get into a relationship and we've realised we are literally bros for life. Yeah. That's it, you know? Yeah. So in answer to your question, it can exist, but the thought would have probably crossed one of their minds at one point.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. Interesting. Yeah. Come on, tell us about the shows this year. You got shows coming up this year, forthcoming?
Yes.
I know you've got a busy schedule for 2015.
So I got my first headline of the year at Oslo in Hackney on the 10th of June.
10th of June, Oslo in Hackney.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to check that out.
Going to be performing tunes from the album and obviously She Ain't Me. And then various other festivals this year.
Various festivals.
Yeah.
Any big ones? Any big ones coming up?
Yeah, I'm going to do Park Life on the 7th of June, which is the release date for She Ain't Me.
Okay.
And then Wireless, 4th of July. And Ibiza Rocks, 21st of August.
Wow.
Woo!
Wow, you're going
Ibiza! And then any other ones, I'll obviously, people can check out I'll keep updated on Twitter, which is Sinead Harnett, and Instagram and Facebook. And yeah, that's it.
Cool, wicked. You enjoyed yourself this morning?
Very much. Thank you so much for having me again.
Got a lot of information that, you know what I mean? Yeah, some different information. I liked it. So can you introduce your single this morning, please?
Yes,
right here.
I can. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
Hey guys, this is Sinead Harnett on Universal Show, and this is my new single, She Ain't Me.